It's no surprise that people-pleasing habits have deep roots in our early childhood experiences. These habits develop because our parents weren't consistently available to us, making it challenging to form a strong bond with them. They often struggled to understand our emotions, being too caught up in their own worries. Sometimes they misunderstood our signals and feelings, creating a disconnection from our true needs. As a result, we learn to tread carefully around our parents, taking on a caregiving role. What's even more confusing is that these same parents could also show warmth and love, leaving us perplexed. We have cherished memories and strong connections with them, which makes us wonder, how can this same relationship be the source of our people-pleasing tendencies? These preoccupied parents can exhibit unpredictable behaviors, switching between moments of affection and love, and then becoming distant, absent, or worried. It's bewildering and leaves us feeling uncertain. As observant children, we learn by watching our surroundings. If we see our parent or caregiver constantly seeking others' approval and happiness, we perceive them as emotionally unstable or fragile. We witness them being disappointed and upset, which fuels our deep concern that if we can't constantly make them happy, their well-being will be at risk. So we feel the need to fill that void, making sure they stay present, value us, and provide for us. Our parents often face their own challenges, such as illness, addiction, or difficult upbringings, which consume their attention. Their preoccupations with the past and worries about the future shape their way of relating to themselves and the world. Unfortunately, these concerns get passed down to us, and we start to worry and become preoccupied as well. A part of people-pleasing is trying to do everything for everyone, even things that aren't your responsibility. This happens because you're afraid of criticism, conflict, and dealing with difficult emotions. These fears all come from not having a positive view of yourself. But here's the thing to remember. People-pleasing might make others happy, but it doesn't really benefit you. You're only putting everyone else first and leaving yourself last. When you don't support yourself and are unkind to yourself when others criticize you, trying to keep everyone happy may seem like the logical choice, even though it doesn't really help you in the long run. Instead, it keeps you trapped in that cycle of thinking. These patterns of thought often go hand in hand with codependency and perfectionism. People-pleasing gives you a temporary rush of feel-good chemicals that makes you feel good. When someone approves or validates you for something you did, you get a quick boost of oxytocin and dopamine. But here's the catch. People-pleasing is like a shield that prevents you from truly feeling your own emotions. And heaven forbid, if the person you try to please isn't happy, you won't get that satisfying rush of feel-good juice. The problem with seeking that dopamine hit is that it doesn't last long at all. It's like a fleeting moment that only stays in your system for a few seconds. The after effect is almost non-existent. So you find yourself constantly chasing after that dopamine rush by pleasing more and more people. It becomes an endless and exhausting cycle. Now, the underlying cause of people-pleasing is fear. Whenever you hide your true self because you're afraid of how others will react, you're engaging in people-pleasing. It can be as simple as not dressing or styling your hair the way you want, or conforming to societal expectations just to fit in. All of these actions fall under the umbrella of people-pleasing. Let me ask you, do you think that people-pleasers annoy others? Absolutely. When someone constantly tries to do everything for everyone, it can take away the personal freedom and independence of others. Most of us want to be able to take care of ourselves and do what is necessary for our own well-being. It can be frustrating for a partner or a loved one to see the people-pleaser always going above and beyond for others, neglecting their own needs in the process. One big impact of people-pleasing is that it makes you more stressed. It's not just about losing time for yourself, but also having less time to do things that are really important to you. To make sure you take care of the basics, you might end up working longer hours or sacrificing sleep. This can lead to physical problems caused by worry and stress. Don't take me wrong, you don't have to stop being kind and considerate. Those are wonderful qualities that can contribute to meaningful and long-lasting relationships. The important thing is to understand why you're doing things and what your intentions are. Don't do things solely because you're afraid of being rejected or seeking approval from others. Continue doing good deeds, but do them on your own terms. True kindness doesn't seek attention or rewards. It simply comes from a genuine desire to make things better for another person. Here's a fun challenge for you. Try waiting until someone directly asks for your help before offering it. Let's say your friend opens up about a personal challenge they're going through. Instead of immediately offering advice or trying to solve their problem, show you care by actively listening and empathizing. Sometimes what they really need at the moment is a supportive presence and validation rather than a bunch of tips. Also, try avoid seeing their problem as your own and focus on being there for them. I'm curious to know how this resonates with you, so feel free to share your feedback and thoughts in the comment section below.